Forgot to plug this little guy in. All right. There we go. Not as good as the big one. Still missing a star, but Christmas, Arch. Christmas. Archie, what are you doing staring at me over there, bro? You look festive at least, but bro. Camera. Got a beautiful doll, Archie. New apartment. I'm engaged. I have a full-time job. And I run a clothing brand. Let's get into it. Okay. One of the better parts of the day, time to hit the gym. And on Sunday, it's chest today. All right, not super exciting, and I'm pretty shaky, so I apologize if the camera's shaking. Just finished my workout. Got to take these close to the donation. It's kind of like, it looks like a dumpster, but it gets picked up, and it's just for donations, like in terms of clothes, shoes, you know, whatever, just no big stuff. Kind of like Goodwill, Salvation Army, that kind of thing. Taking those back, then I have to go grocery shopping, and then I could eat. But, pretty shaky right now, but overall good workout. Good Lord. It was mayhem in there. I swear that almost took as long as my workout and cardio. I will never go grocery shopping at 12:30 on a Sunday. I mean, I guess if it's the only time you can go, whatever, but talk about a zoo. Honestly, I don't see the hurt in picking up the camera, trying to do it for like 100 days, right? Document my fitness journey, my life over the next 100 days. I'm getting married in just under 300 days. See what I could do with Oni, my clothing brand, in 100 days. Seems like a good idea. I guess we'll see how far I can go with it. Forgot to add that the best holiday of the year is Christmas. This is the best time of year. I mean, look at all these cool jellies that me and the missus put up. What is there not to like? And if you see, and you look closely, there are some Star Wars characters on here. Because I don't care what you say, Star Wars is the goated franchise, right, Arch? I even have a lot of the Adidas collaboration, right? You can see here that I got the Darth Vaders, the Yodas. These are some Toms from the Star Wars Toms collection 2019. I got the Millennium Falcons. I even have the Death Stars, which, I'll be honest, 4D, it's a cool concept, not comfortable at all. Where to begin? My name is Alex Esposito, and I am the founder of Only Oni. I started Only Oni my finals week of my first year of grad school. You know, I was quickly realizing that I wanted to creatively express myself. You know, grad school isn't really the place to do that, especially when you're a history major at that. And, you know, I've always wanted to create a clothing brand to represent something more than myself, really. So for those of you that don't know, Oni in Japanese comes to the word brother. It could be sister or brother, but a lot of times in anime, which was my inspiration for using it, is Oni-chan or Oni-san, right? Older brother. And I took a real kindling to that and a liking to that, mainly because I was always the person in my friend group and my family who people looked up to for guidance during the hard times. It wasn't always easy, right? It like never is easy, but you learn as you go and you try to be the support and the rock for those that need it. So I had this idea for the brand and I didn't really know how to go about it in high school because I was always into fashion. I loved fashion all throughout college, but didn't have the money, right? Like the classic broke college kid, right? You know, that whole trope, but it's true. Ultimately, you know, you can't do a whole lot if you don't have money or time or resources, which was predominantly consumed by college, right? And jobs and friend groups and what have you when I was in college. So I made a decision my final week of grad school. I said, you know what? I'm going to make a clothing brand and I'm going to see what I can do. So then I made it and it had mild success and I didn't really have a brand identity. You know, we're still figuring out the brand identity, but that is part of this journey. You know, that's where you guys come in. That's where myself and my co-owner Brandon, which big ups to Brandon, he's part of the inspiration why I'm doing this journey. He just might not know it. You know, sure, I came up with the brand. Brandon supports the brand as the co-owner, right? We're both co-owners. We both hold part of it. But ultimately, what we wanted to stand for is just the ability to deviate from the norm, right? Like, you don't have to go the normal corporate route, right? If that's what you want to do, go ahead. But if it's just a means to end to you and you don't enjoy it, then, you know, why even do it, right? Like I said, if you do enjoy it, by all means. You know, I enjoy it, but it is a means to an end, and ultimately, I would like just to do my clothing brand, Oni, as a full-time job. You know, that would be the most important thing that I could do outside of my relationships with my family, my fiance, my dog, even Archie. But, you know, that is just the way that I intend to go in this whole life thing. You know, maybe it works out, maybe it doesn't. Time will tell. I guess you can consider this the end of episode 1 or day 1, right, of episode 100 that I plan on getting to. Hopefully I get there, right, without hiccups in the road. I mean, if I do, I do, but the plan is to not stray from that, right? I want to try to do 100 days of working on Oni. I want to try to do 100 days of just trying to work out, right? Like, you have your rest days and whatever the case is. But even if I do cardio, you know, that could still count towards that on a rest day. I just want to improve myself and see where I could go. If I become 1% better every day, in 100 days, I'll be 100% better. I'll be a different person in 100 days. So, join me on this journey. And if you like it, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe if you want to see anything in particular, or if you just like the content that you see, you know, feel free to let me know. We're on this journey together. You know, you're watching it, I'm living it, but ultimately it's just a way to document, you know, the misadventures of Alex.